Okay, which is registered under Companies Act, but government holds 51% or more shares in that company. That's why it is called a government company. So directly we can define that any company in which government holds 51% or more shares, that is considered as a government company. Okay, so it is on the basis of ownership. So government is considered to be the owner because government holds 51% or more shares in a public this government company. That's why it is considered as a government company. Okay, so these 51% shares may be held by central government or by the state government or by both. Some shares may be held by central government, some share may be held by the state government. Then it will be considered as a government company. Okay, so it's like any other company which is registered under Companies Act. Okay, so what are the features that we discuss? Again, I am repeating. These government companies are created under Companies Act 2013 or under any previous Companies Act. है ना? Under this current Companies Act or any previous Companies Act, 1956 or before 1956, there are many Companies Act. So these Companies Acts are amended time and again, and they are renamed. So whether the company registered under this current act of 2013 or under any previous act. So these government companies are also registered under Indian Companies Act like other companies, like public companies or private companies. These government companies are also registered under Companies Act. So they are like other companies. Second is that it's a separate entity. We have discussed in the features of company. Company is a separate legal entity. And just like any other company, government company is also a separate legal entity. It has its own existence. And it can buy the properties in its own name. It can file case against third parties by its own name. And third parties also can file a case against the company. So it's like a other company, public company. It has separate existence, separate from its members, independent existence. Okay. Now, company can enter into contract by its own name because it's an independent entity, separate entity. It's an artificial person, no? Artificial legal person. So, being an artificial legal person, company can make an agreement in its own name. It can buy property or assets in its own name. Okay. Then the management of the company is regulated by provisions of Companies Act. Means these companies are run by like other public companies by a board of directors. So the same system, board of directors or directors are elected by shareholders, and then the directors run the company. Because government is the majority shareholder, so government appoint the directors. Mostly the IAS and other people are appointed as the directors of the or the CMD or CEO of these companies in government companies. Okay, but otherwise the system is same. These companies are run by the board of directors. These board of directors are appointed by shareholders, and because government is the majority shareholder, that's why in government companies many directors or most of the directors are appointed by government. Okay. Now, the status of employees. The employees of these government companies are not considered as civil servants. They are the employees of that company, and they are governed, regulated according to the provisions of the act of that company, particular company, memorandum of that company, or articles of association of that company. So service conditions and recruitment procedures, their remuneration procedure, and other terms and conditions are explained in the memorandum and articles of the company. Accordingly, the employees of this company are being regulated. Accounting and audit rules, they don't have to follow the same accounting and audit rules as followed by the government departments. This is common uh, accounting and audit rules which are followed by the public limited companies. They are followed by the government companies. But only thing is that government appoints a chartered accountant or auditor which audits the performance or accounts of the government company, and the report is presented to the parliament or members of the parliament. And government company obtains from funds. From where does it get funds? So government company gets funds from two places. It gets from funds from the government equal to the shares held by the government, and whatever shares are held by the public pay the money for their shares. Okay, so they get funds from government for government shareholdings, and they get funds from the public also for public shareholdings. So whatever shares are purchased by the government, that much amount of capital is paid by the government, and whatever shares they are selling in the market to the public, that much capital will be contributed by public. I have already explained you that the shares of these companies are held by the government in the name of President of India. Okay, so shares are held by government in the name of the President of India. What are the merits of these companies? Okay, so the first advantage is that easy formation. Just like a public limited company, a government company can be formed under Indian Companies Act 2013. It does not require any special act like a public corporation or statutory corporation. So no special act or no separate act is needed by the government to be passed for formation of a government company. Okay. Second, it's a separate legal entity apart from the government. It can enter into agreements, can file case against third parties. Okay. Uh, and because it's a separate entity, it enjoys a lot of autonomy in its decision making. Most of the decisions are taken on a commercial ground. That means as a businessman takes decision, keeping in mind whether this decision will be profitable or not. Same pattern is followed by government companies in decision making. So they take decisions on commercial grounds. You know? So they are independent in their decision making, and they take their decisions on commercial grounds. Okay. Then these companies are able to control the monopoly. Okay, monopoly of private sector by providing goods and services needed by the people at a reasonable rate. Okay, so these companies provide goods and services to the public at reasonable price. Though these companies also earn profit, but they always try to earn reasonable profit, and that's why they check the monopoly of private sector. For example, GAIL is providing uh, gas, cooking gas to the people of the country at a reasonable price. Otherwise, the Reliance would have charged the much higher prices as compared to the prices charged right now. So this way, these companies provide public utility services or goods and services to the society, and they compete with the private sector. And this way, they are able to check the monopoly of the private sector. Otherwise, private sector will charge high prices from the public. They will exploit the public. So these government companies help in checking the monopoly of these private sector companies. Okay, but there are certain limitations of these government companies. Okay, uh, these companies are owned by government because majority shares are held by the government. So sometimes the provisions of Companies Act become irrelevant. They are not strictly followed as to be followed by the government public companies. Okay, so they are less relevant. Somewhere it is a dilution of provisions of Indian Companies Act because it's a government company. So that's why they are little liberal in not following the provisions of Indian Companies Act. It avoids constitutional responsibility, means that if a company is financed by the government, if government is providing funds, government must have strict control over that organization, as in case of the departmental undertakings. But in this government companies, government control is not as strict as in case of the departmental undertaking. So somewhere it says that it is the evasion of constitutional responsibility. Okay, because the company is financed by government, but it is not directly responsible to the parliament. Departmental undertakings are directly answerable to the parliament, but government companies are not directly answerable to the parliament. That's why somewhere it is blamed that these companies are evading the uh, government or constitutional responsibility. Okay. Now it's a sole shareholder management and administration rest in the hands of the government. So definitely um, there is a political interference in the um, management of the government companies also. It's like other public sector enterprises where government interference is the main drawback. So up to some extent, the management of these government companies is also affected by the government or political party in power. So they are sometimes not able to take independent decisions as needed for the benefit of the company. They are directly answerable to the parties which are in power. So these are the drawbacks. Otherwise, government companies is the best form for today's competition where private sector is increasing. If these government companies are capable, they are efficient, they are able to reduce their cost of production, they are able to provide goods and services to the public. This is the best form of organization to compete with the private sector enterprises. So keeping in this in view and to motivate these companies, government has decided to uh, assign some marks, quality marks to these companies. So you can see some designations are given by the government that Navratna companies, Maharatna companies, this type of designations are given by the government. That gives some importance to these companies and it motivates the companies to perform better. That's why government has started to giving this type of designations or what we say uh, appreciation to these companies on the basis of their performance. Navratna company, Maharatna company, this type of designations are given. So these companies or management of these companies is motivated to perform better in future. Okay, so there are three forms of organization in the public sector. First was the departmental undertakings, which are run as a part or department of ministry. They have no separate existence from the government, and minister is the boss of these departmental undertakings. Their funds directly come from the government budget. Their revenues are deposited in the treasury of the government. Their employees are the government servants, civil servants. They are regulated like other civil servants, and they follow the same accounting and audit rules as followed by the other government departments, central government departments. Second form we discussed was the public sector corporations or statutory corporations. These corporations are need-based institutions established by the government to provide some basic services to the society, like LIC Life Insurance Corporation is set up to provide insurance facilities to the people of the country. Food Corporation of India was established to maintain food stocks, proper stocks of the food grains. So there is sufficient food grains available in the country. So these public corporations or statutory corporations are established by the government by passing a special act in the parliament. Okay. So this act defines the scope, power, responsibilities of the statutory corporations, and this act is supreme. The public corporation has to work according to the provisions of this specific act. So they are also initially financed by the government, but later on they can arrange their own finances. They can appropriate their profits. They can use their profits for their business as a capital. They can borrow money from the government as well as they can borrow money from the public. So in later years they are independently financed, but initially they are financed by the government. Then their employees are not government employees. Their employees are the employees of that corporation, and their service conditions, rules, terms and conditions, they are defined by the act itself, and accordingly they have to regulate their employees. Okay. And they don't have to follow the same accounting and audit rules as followed by the departmental undertakings. Their accounting and audit systems are being defined by the act, and accordingly they have to follow the accounting and audit rules. Okay. And these basically to provide some basic amenities or services to the common people. Third form is the government companies, which are like other companies, public limited companies. Only difference is that government is the majority shareholder and government holds 51% or more than 51% shares in the government companies. Okay. That's why they are called as government companies. These companies are formed under Companies Act. They are a separate entity, independent entity, separate existence. They can file case against the parties. They can hold properties in their own names. Okay, their employees are not government servants, but they are governed by the terms and conditions according to the terms and conditions given in the articles of association of that company. And they maintain normal systems of accounting like followed by other companies. But only difference is that their accounts are audited by the chartered accountant or CA appointed by the central government. This way, they are the three forms of departmental undertakings: statutory corporation, departmental undertakings, and public or government companies. Okay, so this is the chapter. Next chapter is the business services. After private, public, and global enterprises, the next chapter is the business services. Okay, so in this chapter we have two important services in our syllabus. First is the banking services, and second is the insurance services. Banking and insurance. and this postal services are deleted in this revised syllabus, and of course postal services are deleted. That copy is in front of me. So we are left with only this insurance and um, banking services. Two services are left in the syllabus, banking and insurance. Okay. So in the first part, it defines the services and nature of business services. Okay. And types of business services. Then it explains in details two services that are banking services and uh, insurance services. Banking and insurance. Two services are there in the syllabus. Okay. Now you want to ask anything, you can ask before going ahead. Sairam. Today very less number of participants are there. What happened? क्या हुआ है? कुछ specific reason? Aditi. हाँ भैया. Why there is very less number?
को तो लग आज रिजल्ट
जी.
आज हम मोबाइल क्लास मतलब
हाँ प्रकार. क्या हुआ?
रिजल्ट की टेंशन है
क्या चीज?
सर, रिजल्ट की टेंशन है।
अच्छा रिजल्ट की आपको क्या टेंशन है? 10th के तो सब बढ़िया रिजल्ट आएगा. जब 12th का इतना अच्छा है तो 10th का क्या रिजल्ट का टेंशन है? कब आने वाला है आपका रिजल्ट, पता है क्या आपको?
सर कल
सर कल
हाँ 15 तक बोला था. 15 तो कल लास्ट है, कल तो आने ही पक्का है ना. तो कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन टू ऑल ऑफ यू इन एडवांस. बधाई हो सबको, बहुत अच्छा रिजल्ट आएगा सबका. डोंट वरी फॉर दैट. ओनली थिंग टू नो इज दैट व्हाट इज माय हाईएस्ट परसेंट, उतना ही जानना है आपको. उसके अलावा तो कोई टेंशन नहीं है ना. डोंट वरी फॉर दैट. अच्छा आएगा, बहुत अच्छा आएगा, उसके लिए मत सोचो. बस एक ही बात का पता लगाना कि किसका कितना परसेंटेज गया उससे ऊपर, बाकी तो सब बढ़िया आएगा सबका, है ना. दैट ऑल्सो यू नो, आपको खुद को पता होगा कि आप कितना परसेंट कर पाएंगे. कौन कौन कर सकता है, बता सकता है कि मैं कितना. अदिति समाधि से स्टार्ट करेंगे. अदिति समाधि कितना लग रहा है? अदिति.
सर नहीं पता.
अरे ऐसा होता है क्या? एग्जाम देने के बाद तो पता चल जाता है.
यस सर नहीं पता.
अच्छा
सर
अच्छा
बहुत कंफ्यूजन है, पता नहीं कितने आएंगे.
अच्छा अच्छा 90 आ जाएंगे. 90% तो हो जाएगा ना. किससे ऊपर आ जाएगा, कितना ऊपर जाएगा? नहीं,
सर 80 से ऊपर आ जाना
90 से
चाहता.
ऊपर आ जाएंगे ना. हाँ गुड. अदिति सोनी, एनी गैसेस फॉर टुमारो? हाँ दीदी. अदिति सोनी चली गई सर. नहीं है. संभव जन गए. ओके तो किसी को कुछ नहीं पता है? वैष्णवी.
सर नो आइडिया.
अच्छा नो आइडिया. मुझे पता है सारे लोग ये बोलोगे नो आइडिया. ओके कोई बात नहीं, ठीक है, कल बात करेंगे. हो सकता है आपका रिजल्ट सुबह आ जाए मॉर्निंग आप में. 10 बजे आसपास, 10-11 बजे आसपास रिजल्ट आ जाता है आपका, तो कीप ऑन चेकिंग. ओके साईराम कैन लीव, है ना. ठीक है, आज रिजल्ट का इंतजार करो. रिजल्ट देखो सब अच्छा है, कल बात करेंगे, देखते हैं ना. कल सब लोग के लिए पार्टी ड्यू है. ठीक है, तो बेस्ट ऑफ लक टू ऑल ऑफ यू.
थैंक यू सर.
थैंक यू सर. सायरन सर.
सर
साईराम साईराम.